And welcome back to Bitcoin Advisors channel. My name is Chris, bringing it to you here from Westlake Village, California. It is burning, scorching hot outside, and we got a lot to talk about today on June 19th, or actually, it's June 20th, but it is Juneteenth. Celebrate your holiday, enjoy your day off, and Bitcoin's price action a little bit sloppy here right now. Given the stock market is closed, here's what I would say though. We're gonna be in for a pretty massive move here in the short term and in the long term as well. So let's get right into the price action and just go over the daily time frame right here. I'm gonna throw it up here on this guy, and let's see. I'm gonna get rid of all these levels here. And what's the first thing I'm noticing? Yeah, NASDAQ. First off, Bitcoin does pretty much whatever NASDAQ does. They're highly correlated. NASDAQ had a bearish close last week and does have the opportunity on the weekly time frame to create hidden bullish divergence. Again, prices making higher lows, RSI is making lower lows. And that would be from this point right here. However, how would we confirm this as a local low? We need a weekly closure. I would say actually even back above 12,000. 12,000, call it 12,500, and that'd probably be good enough for me. And that would very, very likely play in for a nice bounce, actually back up to about 13,284. On the other side of this, because we broke the range to the downside target is probably going to be coming in right there at 10,603. If that does happen, then I would expect, the market pretty much come in a little bit down tomorrow, as we had a bearish close last week. We're closed for the holiday today, and market will open up tomorrow. Also, the dollar has just been skyrocketing to the moon. Had a nice, closure last week up at 104, and the target on this one is 106, and a longer term target 113, and it gets even higher from there. If we look at this on a macro schedule, the dollar's absolutely bullish right now. And where would I get that target from? Well, if we do a fib retracement from this high to this low, where does that's probably a bit higher. No, it's not. Okay. So, yep, I'm looking at 109, probably over the next few months. And what does that mean for the euro and the rest of the market? When dollar goes up, bad for stocks, bad for Bitcoin. Okay. On the other side of the fence, so we got the dollar, NASDAQ out of the way. S&P, same thing, very bearish close. Look at this thing on a weekly. Absolutely took out that prior low there. So that's another reason why I'm a little bit more angled to the downside coming into market open tomorrow. And then, so let's jump back into Bitcoin's price action. And sorry, I have these little dots here because I was looking at bullish and bearish divergence on a different time frame. But the weekly close last week was extremely bearish for Bitcoin. We did take out all the major support areas for this guy, and the next target down is at about 16,352. On a daily time frame, if we look at the last kind of major consolidation, which was right here, you're going to get two fib retracement targets. One is going to be coming in at, well, it looks like we already hit this one, coming in at 17,305. We did hit that over the weekend, and I would expect, next target down is 11,305. If this wants to break at 17,000, I will throw in another horizontal right there. I'd say we probably get a good bounce right around there. That's on the daily time frame. If we get down to the 4 hour, it gets a little more interesting here. And what I do want to point out here is on the 4 hour time frame, is what do we got going here? So we got a slew of lower highs here, right? One, 2, 3. So that's 3 drives of bearish divergence. And I would expect a shot to the bottom side of the range, and I think that could even happen today or even tomorrow coming into market open. Where would that get invalidated? Well, with a daily closure back above, call it 21,000, I'd say that is out of the cards. But right now we are simply just trading in a range and waiting for US market open tomorrow, getting a bounce off the 382 and any kind of a 4-hour closure back below, I would say 19,600 is going to give you that move to the bottom side of the range, somewhere around 18,300 to 18,000 bucks. Very easily in the cards there. Let's go a little bit shorter term time frame and look at the hourly. And what do we have here? On the hourly time frame, do we have any divergences playing out? We just had one right here, actually. We had from this high here, we had one, two, three, 4 drives of bearish divergence. And that gave us a shot to the green 55. And it is playing out a little bit of a bounce. And this is very typical. This was also very similar to a ascending triangle, which typically breaks to the upside. And if we just do a measure move on this, it would look something like this. And I'm going to grab this tool and put it here and say, hey, look, any kind of an hourly closure back below this low, and very likely this move plays out down to the 618 coming in at about 19,000 bucks. I could see that happening today or coming into market open tomorrow. And if that area does get violated, then hey, I'm looking for that the lows to get tested again, 17,500, somewhere in that range. What else? So momentum's to the downside. We're playing out those divergences, and very typical, you get this little kind of cup formation. We retest the top side of the, this trend line here, and then the reversal comes on. So momentum is to the downside. Do we have any bullish divergence playing out? Well, let's see here. What is bullish divergence? Well, RSI is making lower lows, and price is making higher lows, and that's exactly what we have here. We've got 1, 2, 3 drives. So that should get us a shot to at least to the top side of the range, or medium side of the range, probably around 20,600 on the shorter term time frames. But momentum will remain to the downside as long as we're closing hourlies below 20,880. And if we start to see volatility expand and another drive of hidden bearish divergence, which is when price is making, again, lower highs, right? So we got this high here, and that high here. So that's 4. Could we get a 5th drive? It's definitely possible. And that would very, very likely give us that shot to the bottom side of the range that we're kind of looking for. And that's it for the hourly time frame. I'll even throw it on a 15-minute for fun. And what's going on in the 15-minute? Volatility is down. So as you can see right now, this is a corrective bounce. What do I mean by corrective bounce? Well, we just played out a downside move of about 6%. And that was as volatility was expanding, momentum was to the downside. We got that move of about 6% to the downside. And now what's happening? Volatility is contracting while momentum is to the upside. And we're kind of getting a pity bounce here. Looks like about half the move, about 3%. And typically that's a sell right there at the green 55. We got the silver cross going on. That typically is a very easy way to manage risk, right? That green 55 is very important in cryptocurrency land. Above or below it can, make the difference between, your trades. And we do have a link in the description below if you want to kind of learn how to set up TradingView and start to trade on your own. Feel free to do that. We also help people put Bitcoin and other cryptos in their IRA or 401k. There's a link in the description below for that as well. I'm going to go ahead and jump onto Ethereum. I haven't really been taking a look at Ethereum today. And let's jump on the daily time frame. It's going to do whatever Bitcoin does, right? And really quick. So it looks like this ascending triangle did play out here. And I'm just going to take all this off, and I'm going to take away. Volatility is maxed, and as volatility starts to decline, I would expect some kind of a corrective bounce again, and that could come up to about $1,600 alongside Bitcoin getting a corrective bounce. Corrective bounce as volatility declines here could come up as high as about 25,000. And that is right in line with the CME gap here, I believe. No, that's all the way up at 34,000. So now, there's two gaps. There's one there at 34, and there's one here right at 27,450. And it looks like that's about to get taken out. So I'm going to leave you guys off with that. Wish you all a happy holiday and a blessed and highly favored day. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.